That was an amazing experience. I didn't expect them to be pompous or arrogant, but Gumby is the best drummer in Pakistan, and he was so humble and down to earth, and he was so talented. It was a lot of fun. And Umran Shafiq is also very down to earth and very talented. And Ali Noor, he was more lively, and they were all funny, but Ali Noor was just hyper in the studio. It was nice. They let me compose the entire piece, but I wanted it to be a bit softer than what it was. But that being said, they know what they're doing, so I like what we came up with. It was fun. Gumby said in the episode that the kind of music that I play, there's no market for it. So they kind of, I wouldn't say shunned my style, but they felt that if they focused too much on my instrumental playing, people would get bored. So that's why maybe their style was a bit more prominent than mine in the piece. I'm just grateful they picked me to come play with them. I had a wonderful time. Even in school, I never wanted to play what the audience wants me to play. I mean, if you should go on stage, you should make the audience listen to what you're playing because you're playing it so well. That's what I used to argue with about every single person I've played with. I would call them people pleasers. Stay true to who you are and play because you enjoy playing. Don't go up for approval. I don't play what people want me to play. I play what I want to play. I think people are very, very scared here. And I'm not saying rock is bad or metal is bad, but no one has tried to do something actually different over here. So that's it. And initially that would frustrate me that no one's doing anything here. Then I took it upon myself that if no one's going to do it, I'll do it. Everyone who heard my music initially in school and my friends' parents, they all told me that what you're doing, people won't like it here and you won't do well, there's no market for it. I kept telling them that I have faith in the audience here. They would appreciate it, and thank God they are. And the response I've gotten so far is very gratifying, and there is a market for it. Firefly, I never had a name for it. A year ago I named it. I wanted it to be like a Caravaggio painting, like really dark and light, so contrast. So I performed it once and I was in a really bright spotlight. This one part where I start tapping the guitar like a piano, this person in the audience said, your fingers look like insects jumping around, like insects on fire. So I said, fireflies. And he's like, ha ha. So I said, oh cool. So I just named it that. The music video, it's just something that I don't like to call Firefly, because initially when we were going to make it, and I had my concept and everyone shut it down, which is the concept that you saw. The initial concept that was presented to me was that I would sit on a truck and they would shoot me playing Firefly all over Karachi on that truck. That's what a music video is here. So I didn't want that. I wanted it to be like an independent film. And I wanted it to have a story. I wanted it to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And just to be visually better than everything else that's over here. I wanted to call it a film piece to make that difference clear to people. Firefly is a piece that is visually very intricate. I do a lot of things on the guitar that in the audio you won't be able to see. So it is the film piece, the visual accompaniment to the music. I sound like a snob, but it's true. So then I went to the filmmakers and I wanted to be in an abandoned theater. And I thought the Arts Council was a perfect venue for that. And I wanted it to be, like I said again, since I'm an art student, I don't mean to sound at all pompous or snobbish, but I've been studying these paintings, so I will relate to them. I wanted there to be a stark difference between light and darks, exactly like what Jimmy Page said about Led Zeppelin's music, that it's like a whisper to the thunder. And Firefly is like that. They're very high peaks and crescendos, and they're very soft parts. So I wanted the film piece to complement that. The end, me coming to clap for myself, because that's how I felt about my music over here. that people always told me no one will listen to it. So I kept just pushing myself. So I referenced that in the video, that I clapped for myself and gave myself a pat on the back. Well, I make it a point that all these amazing things are happening. I make it a point to always thank God, and I make it a point to say it because my cousins and everyone, they make a lot of fun of me because they say I sound like a Pakistani cricketer who always says thanks be to Allah whenever they win a match. But they're right. Thank God for everything, even your cricket match victory. If God didn't want it to happen, it won't happen. So I always like that our cricketers do that. So yeah, I would just want to add that I want to thank God. If He didn't want this to happen,